Hi, it's Hazel. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you are an existing subscriber, welcome. This is another haul video that is part of a series, I guess, from our recent trip to visit family in the U.S. This episode is dedicated or devoted strictly to the books that I purchased. And again, you know, time is tight, especially when you're shopping with other people and you feel kind of guilty because it's taking you a long time and they're not necessarily tapping their toes, but they're kind of, you just feel like, okay, I better hurry and get on with it. So I'll just say that up front that I wish I would have had a little more time on my own to, you know, take a better look at what was out there. I will start probably from smallest to biggest. This book is 5 3/4 by a little over 4. It's cute. It's called The Language of Flowers, and it's illustrated by Kate Greenaway. There's a fair bit of text, and oh, this is cool. It actually has a flower name attached to a quality or so for instance, okay, glory is the botanical attached to the word glory is either bay tree or laurel. Grief, harebell, or marigold. So I didn't read this to see, oh, there probably is no explanation as to how they came up with this. Amiability is jasmine, anger is whin, animosity, St. John's wort, and so on and so on. So, and that back here, well, I guess these are poems with a floral theme. But, of course, the big thrill here are those delicate little illustrations. We know that Kate Greenaway illustrations are in the public domain, so if you ever encounter any, you know that you are free to use them and reproduce them and so on because they are out of copyright. Chrysanthemum red means I love. Chrysanthemum white means truth. Yellow chrysanthemum is slighted love. Cute little book. Now this one, I really, truly did not need another bird guide, but it's pretty hard to resist. 7.5 by 5 1/4. And this one is Birds of Europe. So I'm assuming, oh, let's see what the date is. I'm assuming 99. Oh, it was first published in Swedish. Anyway, I'm assuming that there might be some birds here that I haven't seen before. I mean that I'm, you know, in any of my guides. Again, the beauty of these kinds of guides are the images are printed on one side, so you don't have the difficult task of deciding, you know, which side you love better. Or looking for a way to, oh, that's a pretty blue thing, or a way to find, you know, a way to hinge things. I just realized that there's quite a bit of shadow here. I've actually got 2 different lights on the subject here, but maybe one is warm, one is cool, but maybe that's making it worse. Anyway, forgive me. Alberta has about 320 days of sunshine a year. Today is not one of them. So I'm relying on artificial light. But you can see this is a gorgeous book, especially when you need tiny images, tiny bird images, because a lot of the bird books out there are, you know, huge, which means a lot of the illustrations are huge. This book is 8 by 6.5. Now, I just grabbed it because it's got fairies in it. It's basically a how-to book. Oh, ready to draw templates, step-by-step rendering techniques. Copyright 2009. But, you know, look at. If a person wanted to teach themselves to draw fairies, a book like this would certainly be a good way to start. But isn't that gorgeous on its own? You know, even if you just end up ripping it out and backing the other side with some paper to turn it into a journaling card. Look, can fussy cut. Oh, cute. Accessories, clothing. How to draw fairy wings. The step-by-step process to getting to the finished product. So I'm pretty tickled pink with this book. So we'll set that one aside. And the next one is along similar lines in that it's a how-to. This one is a watercolor set, a pad of watercolor paper, and 144-page. This is 24. I count 12 in here, so that's not bad for a used product. And this, of course, is the handbook that they refer to. It's Danielle Donaldson. And let's find, this is not old by any stretch of the imagination. Let's see if we can find a copyright year. Uh, 2018, so clearly new. But look at all the gorgeous images. You know, whether a person fussy cuts some of them out or uses the side as, you know, for collage or whatever, it's really, I think, a beautiful book. Look at these things. And especially, I find that I tend to do things in color families. So if a person was kind of going, you know, doing an orange thing, you know, you got 2 pages of options right there. Again, you know, some things will get sacrificed. Green. Some things will get sacrificed if there's nothing. I mean, if you have to choose between this page and this page. A chair, anyone? Oh, don't you love a hydrangea? Anyway, very happy about this. Need to make some room here. Now this was, I mean, technically I guess it's a book because it's bound and so on. This is the I would say, let me think, I don't want to lie to you. I believe that I can honestly say that this is the very first ledger that I found and bought. It was $8. It's got the alphabetical tabs. It doesn't have a great deal written in it. But the paper is, you can see the patina. I thought it was all blank, and then my daughter was flipping through it and found some pages with some writing on it. Let's see, where does this begin? Cost of home. Oh, see, somebody cut a bunch of pages out. Let's see how many we lost that way. Oh, maybe the first 10. Oh, December. Okay, so that says 1939. So it gives us an idea. as does some of these prices. This is printing, not particularly attractive. Oh, and then this is 1960, so could that be 59 instead of 39? I don't know, what do you think? That to me looks like more like a 3 than a 5, but who knows? Falling apart a little here. I can see removing the pages and just some columns of numbers that somebody added up. I can, 1943. I can see taking this apart and, you know, repurposing it as a journal. It's got the numbered pages that we love. Looks like the writing is limited to these few pages. Universal Plumbing, they paid $100.25. Can you imagine even getting to talk to a plumber for $100? Never mind getting anything done. Cabinet top, $34.86. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. I don't know where this is from clearly, but it doesn't matter. I wish the person would have made it clearer what. So a down payment on lot number 6 was $500. They spent $15.87 at Sears on electrical wire. They gave Golden Transfer cement and dirt for $584.11. So that looks like a burn of some sort, but again, this is my purse, so I'm very attached to it. Now, the next ones are big. They're not really going to fit onto screen, but oh my goodness. I'll kind of do it this way. Maybe if I lift this gently, I'll try to do it without disturbing you too much. This holder on my new setup doesn't exactly show me the entire thing that you are seeing, so I'm hoping that this will be good. Anyway, it's called the Illustrated Encyclopedia of Birds, the definitive reference to birds of the world, Consultant-in-Chief Dr. Christopher Perrins. And let's see what the copyright is. Look at that, people. People. 1990. This space. Oh, look at the eggs. Some black and white line drawings. Bird structure, so there are a variety of feet. What some of the heads and beaks look like. Beaks? No, I guess they call them bills. Okay, I'll try to remember that. Look at these not photos, illustrations. And they are one-sided. Looky here. And, you know, a pretty good size, really. Am I too far over? Oh, you probably can't even see. Okay, that's better. So this red bird here is 3 1/4 inches tall. Like, that is a good size for our journals. I can see the next several years of my life being spent fussy cutting. 2 inches. Even this guy with the big tail, that's, well, you know, kind of 5 inches wide. Color. Oh my goodness, I love this so much. Some cool index again on kind of a buttery yellow paper. Courtship display. There's a guy willing to stand on his head to get his girl's attention. Love, love, love this book. I'll show you the cover again in case you want to try to find it yourself. And I paid $3 for it. And even with our Canadian dollar, steal of a deal. So there it is in case you're trying to write down titles. This one I had very little time to flip through. It just struck me that for $3, I'm sure I can get some use out of it. It's called The Journal of the Century. You can just tell by the cover illustration. Oh, it's just a cream-colored fabric cover. Montecito Library. Nice, nice paper. 1976 was the date of copyright. Okay, many of the articles have been abridged, so the more representative collection of work between the 1880s and 1970s could be used. It should be pointed out that most of the time neither the original artwork nor the original photographs were available for reproduction purposes, meaning that there were duplicates or facsimiles were not procurable. Engravings had to be made from blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Who cares? So, 1883, Ladies' Home Journal. Maybe if I got these books out of the way, this would lie a little flat. I've got something ready to cascade here. So, again, what can you see? Oh, let me give you the size. So, essentially 12 by 9 3/4. You know, there are things that could, oh, but that's cool too. I say that would be a hard choice as to which one to use. I like that. Floor plans for a $5,000 house. Can you see that? Not bad. Oh, there's some colors. Color. Paper dolls. How cute. Oh, this is the Alice in Wonderland thingamajig. Russian ballet. Oh, gorgeous. Although these gals are very tall, I don't know where they could fit. Harrison Fisher, his work is kind of recognizable. Can you see why when you see it come across a book like this, you grab it, you buy it, and then ask questions later? You know, again, something like that could be easily fussy cut and used. Theodore Roosevelt wrote the article. Ethel Barrymore. The Gibson Girl. Or Girls. Rudyard Kipling. This is lovely, and the paper is, you know, it's great. It's not glossy. That's a different way to do recipes. Cookery at a glance. Some interior decor type stuff. The Dapper Man. I'm not going to show you every single page because Thrift and the American Women. Mary Pickford and Douglas Fairbanks, 1920. Where's this chap? Oh, Chaplin, Charlie Chaplin. Oh, here's some more color. Christmas in the Woods and Migration of the Birds. Annabel Lee. Oh, this was a score as well. How much of this do you want your daughter to share? An editorial and pictures. I'll show you a few more pages and then we'll move on to the last title. So I guess the value was both in the caliber of the people contributing or writing these stories, as well as the photos and the illustrations. Remedies for cooking disasters. Okay, mayonnaise has a way of curdling at the most inopportune time, when one is in a hurry, and it is usually the hurry which causes it, for the oil is added too fast, or it may be the ingredients are too warm. However, there's no use in beating and thinking it may get smooth. It won't. It won't. Take another egg yolk, put it in a dry, cold bowl, and add the curdled mixture a little at a time, as the oil should have been added in the first place, and when it is well beaten in, proceed with the fresh oil. Frankly, I can't imagine ever making my own mayonnaise, so that advice is wasted on me. Oh, I think I showed you those pages. Okay, now we're into something new. Christmas. Dorothy Parker. Don't know who that guy is. Oh, Paris says straight coats and decrees odd sleeves in frocks. Now, what year would this have been? I guess we'll never know. Q-Pie, whatever that means. Oh, Q-Pieville. I love this book. Aw. Aw. Look at those cute kids. I hope you like looking at this as much as I do. Kind of indulgent of me to make you watch my first flip through. Oh, cool. Behind the Seams, with the women of Paris who dress the women of the world. I guess that's Coco Chanel. Gabrielle Chanel. Some of the other designers, maybe not quite household names, but, or maybe I'm the only one who doesn't know who they are. George Gershwin. Menus for Entertaining the Bride. Okay, a little smooching going on there. Oh, What Really Happened by A.A. Milne. Again, such cute illustrations. Look at these glamour girls. Robert Taylor, Janet Gaynor, Myrna Loy. Yeah, this is really kind of old-timey, isn't it? Okay, Confucius said, men do not stumble over mountains, but over molehills. Clark Gable, Greta Garbo, Marlene Dietrich, Edith Wharton, author, Will Rogers. I love this book. Might I have mentioned that already? Okay, let's speed things along here. Give and take. Oh, look at a young Betty Davis. Hedy Lamarr. Bob Hope. He's practically a boy there. Vivian Lee, Clark Gable. Oops, more. We don't want to see that guy. Okay, what are they trying to prove here? All out for sentiment, fresh out of tonsils. You remember, I don't know how it was where you grew up, but a person of a certain age, they seem to be very eager to yank our tonsils out. And now the thinking has changed. Tonsils are there for a reason, although I don't know what it is. And you've got to have multiple infections and a great deal of, discomfort before anyone would think of chopping out your tonsils now. Well, this is cool. Christian Dior. Eek. What are these guys doing? Benjamin Spock. There's a guy trying to change a diaper. James Mason. Ingrid Bergman. So it almost seems a bit like some space donated to Queen Elizabeth. Some space devoted to the stars and the arts. What makes Grace Kelly different? You see this? Never underestimate the power of a woman. Before you know it, Eve has made herself a long gown. Loretta Young. Oh, she was a beauty, wasn't she? And look at Einstein. Another bad hair day. But to have those brains. Oh, I see. Consuelo Vanderbilt. I see that it's going to be a real challenge to decide what to do, which of these images to use. I mean, some places it's pretty straightforward. I want that, not that. No. Okay, so this is 1953 when those two got married. Okay. Sophia Loren. Okay, I'm going to quickly get through this because you're probably thinking, why is she dragging her heels? Let's get on to the last one. Oh, what's this? This book was in the library's for sale section. I walked by the shelf and heard a little voice crying out softly. Tita, Tita, where are you? Seems as if it's similar to, or maybe the same as the old magazine book you got in Colorado. Anyway, here it is. If you don't want it, maybe May would like it. P.S. Want to giggle right away? See page 69. Well, you gotta know that we've got to go back to 69. So that's this one. Love it. Oh. So what is the purpose of this? Maybe they're showing some of the... See, I didn't read it. They probably reproduce stories out of these different magazines. Okay, and the final one, again, is one of those that you grab. So this is Engravings by Hogarth. Now, I haven't had a chance to Google and see who Hogarth is, but there are 110 prints. This is a Dover book. So that could mean that it's copyright free. Oh, yeah, it looks like, okay, he did this in 1764. So clearly these should be, okay, copyright by Sean. I'm going to take a little reading to figure out if some of these things are in the public domain. I mean, obviously from the 1700s, you would assume so. There is a lot of reading to be done here. Let's just start. And the nice part about this is, again, the pages are, the plates are only on one side. Trying to see a date on here. Don't know, you know, clearly this isn't probably as appealing as some of the subject matter. Ah, sorry, that was my funny bone that hit the... You know, a person's going to have to actually read some of this and find out what the significance of it was. Okay, this one was done in 1747. I don't know if I should leave it in... Oh, the roast beef of old England. This guy, who is this? So flourishy, I can't read that first name. Anyway, 1749. Maybe that was a self-portrait. Again, when you think about the detail and the fact that somebody made every single stroke, you know, the cross-hatching, the lines, the squares, the... I think a lot of these guys, and again, I'm just guessing here, maybe I'm blowing smoke, I don't know. It just seems that a lot of these illustrators were kind of tongue-in-cheek and were poking fun at, I don't know, the upper class or the circumstances of their life. I don't know. I don't even know where this guy lived. Oh, the Bruiser Churchill. So it almost seems as though they're like some caricature here. Oh, maybe revenge? Vindictiveness? I don't know if it was Hogarth who drew Churchill as a drunken, cumbersome bear with drooling mouth and fixed, intoxicated eyes. Anyway, I thought that was definitely one to grab as well. So that, for the most part, I think, well, and you saw books, if you watched the previous video, you saw the Orchid one and the Atlas one that I had already taken apart in the car on the way home. So that is it, people, for today. Thank you for watching. Oh, I should... no, I shouldn't have piled this on. Can you see this? Again, I would ask that you please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. The channel is Hazel Anaka Design. You may or may not know that 1,000 subscribers is sort of the first benchmark that YouTube recognizes. So I would definitely appreciate your help getting to that first level of, or that first benchmark. So again, thank you. Now in the new year, the videos will be more regular and hopefully of interest to a wide range of people. In the meantime, keep well, keep crafting, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.